The Sex Ed with Tim podcast is recorded on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands. Hello and welcome to the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. I am your host, Tim. I'm a certified sex educator. I identify as a chaotic homosexual. And Madam Carmen, do you know which Greek philosopher had a foot fetish?
I know. I know the person that had the ideal, but I can't remember his name. But no, I don't.
His name's Plato. Oh, damn it. Oh, she left. She's gone. I'm sorry. Don't come back. or maybe it was a Socrates.
Oh my
God.
Slap my knee for that one.
I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid. Why do I even have a show? I can't. Okay, so enough of that stupidity from moi. Let's get right into it. Listeners, if you have no idea who's on, I'm going to introduce her right now. This is the one and only Madam Carmen. How are you, Madam?
I'm well. How are you?
You are absolutely dazzling right now in this yellow of the sun, just like bouncing off you. I am truly living. I am actually quite hot right now, and I'm getting ready to go away for the weekend so I can live my cottagecore, old grandma style dream of being on a rocking chair out on the lake. That is truly my vibe. I love being all by myself. But yes, I am just like, I'm good, and I know you're good. Girl, you are truly living, and I'm so happy that you came into contact with me in my little tiny-ass show. And I wanted to talk to you specifically about, like, first of all, what is it that you do? For the listeners who don't know.
I do a lot. Well, to sum it up, though, I consider myself a BDSM practitioner. More so pro dom, if you will. Also a creator, a teacher, educator, as well as a producer, director.
I love that. She is multi-hyphenate. Hello. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like basically the whole kink BDSM fetish area is totes your specialty, and I'm here for it. But I want to ask first, like, how did you get into this whole scene to begin with?
I got into it starting off as a voyeur, not even knowing that I was even a part of BDSM, even part of the lifestyle. Just knowing that I really was into watching people get nasty and do kinky, nasty, sexy things. So I enjoyed that. I actually enjoy being within that space versus just watching porn. So
right.
I kind of myself into that area first, and then expounded more into like domination when I was, having sugar daddies here and there. So,
ooh, she's a fellow sugar baby. Hi, I'm a sugar baby too. Hello.
I'm still a sugar baby.
Are you still? Oh my God. Please tell me, give me all the sweet tea about your sugar daddies. I'm curious. Are they good? They good to you?
Yeah. They're
good to you. Oh, they treat you well. They give you good advice.
Yes. I think that's like the most impactful. I like the fact that they can give me advice, and I can learn from them. So that's what I takeaway.
Yeah, no, that's definitely like super important with like a sugar daddy, where like not only are they like nice to look at and like you want a genuine connection, but also like, come on, give me some of the real life sustaining sugar, not just the money, but like give me something that I can work off of so I can like get the fuck out of here. I feel
Exactly.
that. Yeah, which is how you got to where you are right now, I bet. Like with the advice that they've given you, like you being the pro dom that you are and like the creator that you are. What are
Mhm.
some of the things that sugar daddies have said, or any advice that you've gotten to get to where you are now?
Um, when I had the idea for my for Kink Nick, go for it was all I needed to hear. Like having the idea, presenting it, knowing that these people, well, these particular humans speak very logically. They speak money, they speak business, and they're very, business minded. So if I'm presenting an idea, a business idea, I want it to make sense. I wanted to, actually present it to them, and they actually like say, hey, yeah. So and in doing so, like I did that, and once they said, yeah, go for it, like I could definitely see you doing this, and I'm like, really, and they're like, yeah, like not even wanting to add anything, not wanting to take anything away, but just wanting to see me actually do this and actually manifest it and actually have it happen, and it did. So it was
Ooh, I
wonderful
love
seeing
that.
all of them there too.
Yes. You're just manifesting your own success. You're a girl boss, gaslight, gatekeeping your way through this whole pandemic. I am here for it. uh, we're gonna talk about kink Nick in a little bit, but first I want to get more into like what it means to be dominant in the bedroom, because I've previously had an episode all about this, but we didn't get into too much detail. So I want to get your take on domination. Like, what does it mean to be a dominant person in the bedroom or outside of the bedroom, however you want to spin it?
Channeling your inner dominance. I always tell people there's a ounce of dominance within most of us, and channeling that, actually tapping into that dominance, knowing that you can take charge, and that's not just it, but also knowing that you can hold the responsibility of the room and the space that you're in and the person that is in the room or persons that are in the room. So knowing that you can take on all of that responsibility as well as yourself and your accountability to the scene and to the situation. And like, I feel like you can have some fun. Like,
Mm,
as
yeah,
long as you know that you can do all of that and still maintain like autonomy and still maintain your sensuality, your sexuality, um, your sadism, if you will, like still being able to maintain all of those within the bedroom and still, and without losing sight of anything. Still, like, for example, using like performing impact play, spanking, but using a flogger, knowing how to use this flogger and knowing how the people within that space is going to react to it, and knowing if that's a space for you to be able to use the flog. All of those things like help channel and like hone in on that dominance in that
yeah.
bedroom.
Because shit can go down south real quick when it comes to something like that. Like if you're just pretending to be a dom, like, honey, you think you're
That's what
so
I'm saying.
cute.
You have to know. You have to be you have to be very much aware of what's going on in your surroundings and the people that, like I said, that are in that space. If I have three submissives in a space, that's a lot of energy, not just mine. And I'm a dom. I got three people under me in this room. Yeah, but what if one of those people feel left out? What if the other person doesn't like the other person? What if the other person is hungry? Like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna figure all that out? Like, and like, and still be able to like maintain like your dominance.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have like 6 nipples on you. Holy shit.
That's
Everybody come to mama and suck all my titties.
what I'm saying. Like, what's going on? Like, people. That's what I'm saying. That being able to say that you can actually be in this role, like channel it. That's a
Hmm.
challenge for people to be able to do. I want to
Hmm.
see tap into that dominance. I want to see you take control of the situation, take control of the over understanding that of the boundaries that people have given you, the kinks that they've given you, and you're actually still like able to navigate through that. If I say, I only want you to play with my feet. Like, and if you're not a part of it, like, if that's not something that you want to do, then you have to learn how to navigate through that, saying, yes, this is not something that I want to do. Or maybe I could try and expound upon this, but like knowing these limits and boundaries and, kinks and stuff, that's important.
Right, right. And it also, like, I wish that this was taught in some sort of school in like a professional setting, because I'm pretty sure that you didn't just like wake up one day and just have all of the dom knowledge that you have right now, right? So
No, this is all
yeah.
experience, trial and error. This is all also like being mentored myself. I'm not going to necessarily, it's funny because people always ask me, is there like a university, like a Dame university or something of that nature? Did I go to like a Dame university? There is a lot of people who actually teach and train and mentor, and it all depends. I myself do that, but it all depends on what you see, how you see yourself. I'm more spiritually inclined. When it comes to my dominance, I'm also very much, I'm a sensual sadist. I'm not just completely a sadist. So if you're coming over here waiting to just whoop and wail on asses all day long, can get you to a certain point, but then after that, you're going to have to go to someone else, because I could be that. Like, I don't have time. Like, that's another way that you channel your dominance, is knowing what you can take and what you can't, what you can handle and what you can't handle. I mean, what you can and cannot handle, like, period. So there are other practitioners who actually train, mentor, hold spaces for these types of like educational resources. So,
Would you consider yourself that kind of a mentor?
yes, definitely. Definitely.
Mm.
I've had a few vagina owners mostly, but I have had penis owners too that I have trained, and currently training now.
Oh,
Or
fun.
mentoring, I would say. I wouldn't necessarily just say train, because it's more so just a mentor. I can't really train you to be a dom. I can only mentor you into learning how to navigate through your dominance.
What are some of the things on your syllabus for being a dom?
Learning how to understand when someone says no and someone says yes, learning about consent. I think that's the most important thing. Learning not to take advantage of someone, and learning not to take advantage of your dominance in a situation. And just being just overall, just like I said, being aware of the people that you're dealing with, because whoever you're dealing with, everybody's different. All of your submissive, if you have, they had the red flag, like a trend on Twitter yesterday. And I was thinking about making a trend for someone saying they had 25 subs. Like, how? Like, it's so many people. How do you have that many people? Like, I can understand if you have like financial subs, like if you're a financial dom, that's a whole different ball game. But like femdom, like actual like DS dynamics, that is 25. I'm sure people can do it, but like that's a lot of personalities. Like that's a lot of like behavioral corrections. Like that's a lot of training, because you actually have to train your subs and to your dominance, like to your role as dominance. Like they can have been a sub to someone else that has a whole totally different like infrastructure of their dominance. So like all of that stuff plays a role in this.
Have you ever been in a room where you've been the only dom and you've been surrounded by subs?
I wish. Like, I mean, in spaces that I've created for myself, yeah. Like spaces for kinknik, scenes, like, yeah, I've been in those spaces. But like, if you're saying like 50 submissives and I'm the only dom, 100 submissives and I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Holy
That's a lot of
shit.
energy though.
Yeah, that's
I
a
just
lot
want to
of.
see what they will do though. But also not all will submit. That's another thing though about submissives. Like submissives aren't submissive to everybody. just because I'm cute and I got this yellow on, and you know what I'm saying, my titties is popping right now, don't mean
They are.
you're gonna submit to me, you know? Like that's not what that means. It like none of this can mean I could be completely like we could not get along at all. You know what I'm saying? Or you looking at me like I'm crazy, like, oh wait, you're too nice, or I need someone a little bit more stern, or you know, I need someone a little bit more masculine, or whatever the case may be. Whatever, however, that's why it's always important to kind of find your match. You just
Right,
can't be like,
right.
can I be your sub? Because how do you know you want to be my sub? I may have you doing some shit that you don't want to do.
Because not every sub and dom, just because you're like, you know, the puzzle piece of being a sub and dom does not mean that those two pieces are necessarily going to fit together. Like not every top is going to be able to fuck my bottom because I have a gorilla grip of an asshole. Thank you.
Ooh.
You know, I've cut off some circulation from some guys' penises because she does her Kegels. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Your jaw just dropped.
Visual. Like
Yeah.
I'm so visual. I just my whole oh my god, fireworks in my head right now. I fucking love that.
My gorilla grip of an asshole, girl. This one guy was begging me to like let go. I'm like, no, it's mine. Give it. I want it. He's like, nah. And then he came inside and I'm like, all right, you've had your thing. So like I can be a bottom and a dominant.
Ooh, like you're a dom bottom.
Yes. The same way I can be a sub top, I can be a dom top. She's versatile. She's gone through it all.
I love that.
I know. I love that for me too. But like at the cost of what? My anal fissures right now as we're recording this.
Oh my god. And it's so funny because I'm over here preparing for like this anal training, like I'm doing for Exotica, and like you over here talking about anal fissures and shit. I hope nobody asks me about them. Like
girl,
don't ask. Don't ask.
It feels like I'm shitting razors. Oh, it hurts so bad.
Oh my god.
And honestly, it was my fault because I forgot to tell him to use the lube that I wanted. Instead, he used massage oil, which is not going to go well in my asshole. But lesson learned.
This is what we're talking about. Oil? So he used massage oil?
Massage oil. He used because I was fucking my massage therapist, right?
Oh,
So,
well.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
convenience. I get that.
Yeah, and like not even like a place that's meant for happy endings, but it was an actual massage clinic. And he was getting the vibes, I was getting the vibes, and then you know how you're like face down on the table, and then you kind of just like your hands are up out of nowhere. Yeah, out of nowhere, I just feel a fresh hot dick right onto my palm, and I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
So what kind of lube do you use?
I use silicone. I love silicone because it lasts so good. Like Uber Lube. I love me some Uber Lube. This daddy that I'm fucking, who actually owns the place that I'm going to this weekend, he uses coconut oil, which I love too.
That's what I love. See?
Coconut oil?
Yes, that's my go.
Yeah. Oh, it's so hot.
Coconut oil
so
and silicone, but like water-based when I'm using certain specific, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also because like water-based helps with like, you know, clean up afterwards because my sheets are expensive. Silicone doesn't wash that shit off as easy as
not easily.
Oh my god. And
but
like
that's the thing about coconut oil though. That can be washed. It may look like it won't, but it definitely will.
And just the way it like smells and the way it looks like cum too.
Yeah.
My god.
Oh, it gets really creamy. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, creamy. I can't wait to get creamed.
You should try like I refrigerate coconut like bars. Like I make my own like coconut bars for like little shapes. So you can make like a penis shaped coconut bar and like put it in the refrigerator. It's gonna be cold and like fuck your ass with it. Like, or like afterwards, it's a great cool down for temperature play. You welcome.
I owe you my firstborn if I ever have one. That is the hottest thing ever. Okay, I'm definitely gonna go get me some cocoa oil and like freeze it and just mold it into a dick. I got dick molds. I got everything.
See,
Uh, Richard
I'm just gonna
agrees.
say, you're gonna have little mini ones,
Little
little
mini
mini,
ones, little mini Richards.
yes, little
Right,
mini
Richard?
Richards, little
Yeah, look,
dicks, little
little
dickies.
dicks. I can't. I am definitely gonna ask the next top to be like, okay, get me one of those little dicks and just like draw some coconut design on me. Draw a little flower and then like lick it off. Oh, lick it. I'm horny.
Oh,
I'm so horny right now,
I did
and not
kind of
just
get
because I'm talking to you. Not just
it's,
because I'm talking to you. Like,
it
Madam,
gets steamy in here.
Madam Carmen, like you are so fucking hot. Like I wish people could see this, but like you are absolutely gorgeous, and like I can see why you're a dom. It's because like you got those piercing eyes. Like when you look at someone, it's like you're mine, and I'm like yes.
That's not.
Ugh.
This is the first time I've heard this. So thank you. I appreciate
Girl,
that.
you're absolutely gorgeous. Like honestly, I wish like the pandemic could end and then we can hang out. We'll fuck a bunch of guys together. We'll paint the town red. Come through.
Just let me. I'm ready. Like bags are packed already.
Bags are packed. Exactly. Like I have my luggage here and everything ready
Coconut
to
oil.
go.
Everything's packed. I'm ready.
Yeah, my dildos, my douches. We're all good. We're all good.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yes.
Hello, all my little sluts. It's me, Mama Slut. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. I just wanted to hop on here real quick to let you in on a sexy little deal. Do you like feeling sexy and looking sexy? Of course you do. Only my listeners are sexy as fuck. I have partnered with fetishwear designer Dale Kuda to bring you the hottest deals on custom jockstraps, harnesses, hats, and more. Head over to dalekuda.com, that's DALEKUDA.com, and use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout for 25% off the entire store. Yeah, you heard me, 25% off. And cherry on top, free shipping. Oh my god. I have a few of the stuff that he has made for me, and girl, I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing like a little jock strap so that I could easily just like slip a little butt plug or dildo every now and then here and there. And I'm on the train. I'm just like, thank you, Dale. That's dalekuda.com with the code SEXEDWITHTIM for 25% off your entire purchase with free shipping. With a deal like that, I swear I could come buckets, honey. Hey, you disgusting pervs. We all like sex toys, right? Nipple clamps, vibrators, masturbators, oh my. Good for Her has one of the best selection of sex toys, learning resources, online workshops, and gender expression materials you can't find anywhere else. Go to goodforher.com and use code SEXEDWITHTIM10 for 10% off your purchase of any of the toys bought online. That's goodforher.com and the code SEXEDWITHTIM10 at checkout for 10% off your purchase of any of the toys bought online. And they ship worldwide. Trans-inclusive, feminist, and pleasure-focused, Good for Her has been doing the Lord's work since 1997, bringing you everything you need to get that
The show is about to begin.
Yes.
More onto like the whole dom thing, because I get a specific energy from you, which is like this sort of confidence, this I want to call it extroversion a little bit, but I don't know if that's kind of a misnomer when it comes to talking about specific personality types that are more inclined to being dominant. So I was wondering, from your experience, does it take a specific person to become dominant?
A dominant person.
I mean, duh. But like, I'm pretty sure that the CEO of the next big bank can't be a dominant because I know I've slept with them and I can blackmail them. But
because they're already dominant somewhere else. Where are you going to be dominant at? So we have so many roles that we play in life. You can be dominant in the what do we need to survive? Food, we need shelter, we need water. Who's dominating what? Who's controlling what avenue, stream of whatever it is that we need, right? Can you take control of that? Can you can you give direction, and can you take direction like as a dominant? Like can you do that? Can you do that? Like and not take it personally, not getting your feelings about it if someone like constructively criticizes however you are, like that's what I mean. So of course, me being a dominant, I have had several, I don't know, many submissive who were in very high hierarchy positions in their careers, whether they're CEOs or owners or they're lawyers, whatever, doctors, and a lot of them, which most of them have in common, is being in that leadership role and not being able to have a place to be able to release that, sit that down. Where are you going to put all that weight? Like you literally going to work to this 50-foot, floor, 50-story building, and like you're at the top of this mug, and all these people answering, what I'm saying, to you, and you're like giving them all these orders and direction. Then you gotta go home, and your wife is like, "What do I do? How do I fuck you? What do I do? What are the like?" And then the kids are doing the same thing. Like, where the hell all this weight? What are you gonna do with all of this? What you gonna do? You're just gonna sit in your bed, and then you just jack off to fucking videos of me, and wishing that you could somebody can tell you what the fuck to do. That's literally what the fuck the problem is. That's where so they're dominant. They're in these dominant roles, but like they need to release that. They just need to submit to someone. They need someone to they want to just take over. They want somebody else to take over the wheel. And that's why we talk about dom sub like roles. It's just the power dynamics. It's the exchange of that power. And they just want to get that power, and they want to get it off of them. Just even if it's for an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours in a cage, they just want to sit there with latex on, with a mask on. And if they just want to sit there and rock while you spit at them or piss on them and call them bitches and little sissy ass punks, like that's what they need to psychologically get them back straight before they go back to work. Before someone saying, "John or Mr. So-and-so, we need your help." And then, your wife's calling you, "Did you bring the spaghetti home? Billy wants you to go to the soccer practice." All of these different things are going on in this person's life, and they can't come and tell their wife and be like, "I need this. I need you to just take over this." They don't do that. So they always come to me.
Because there's a specific energy imbalance when it comes to being like in a position of power outside of the bedroom, and then there's just no way to counteract that, and you just become so overwhelmed with like giving commands and all that stuff. So I would agree that you kind of need to be to relinquish that power and give that control to someone else, which is where you come in, right? Like where you get to call them little sissy ass punks, "You little fucking bitch, you good for nothing piece of shit." I'm like, oh my God, those are all of my turn on words right now. Call me your little cum dump.
You little cum bucket. Oh.
I just came. I'll tip you.
Oh. Now don't come for me. They mine. When you come, it belongs to me all the time.
Ooh.
I want people.
Wait, I want to confirm something. So just because you're a dom, does that mean that whenever you're engaging in scenes and everything, does that always mean sexual intercourse, or not all the time?
No, people literally can come and just stare at me. and I just call them little punk ass bitches and tell them to go about their mighty way. Sit down. Kneel.
Sit down. Be humble.
Stare at me. Close your eyes. Okay, we're going to do this for 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you open your eyes. I'm going to piss all over you. Then tell you close your eyes. Then tell you to open your eyes. Then tell you to go about your mighty way. Nothing sexual happened. You probably got to see my vagina, but that's pretty much it.
Right. Okay, wow,
that's
hot.
Not the case, because there's this kink called clothed female naked male.
Right. I'm aware of that. Clothed female, naked male. So you've got all the leather and the harnesses and the toys and everything, while you've got this little bitch ass of a sub in a fucking diaper for all we care,
No, he's
right?
fucking yes, naked, pathetically naked. Like,
My God, I love nothing more than seeing pathetic men just like beg me to fuck them, and I don't give them the satisfaction. You will
isn't it?
wear this chastity cage for the rest of your goddamn pathetic life.
You don't even need to have a chastity cage, which is also, by the way, to this month is Locktober, by the way. But you don't even need that with me. Because honestly, psychologically, you're not going to touch yourself if I don't want you to touch yourself. You're not.
Ooh. So I'm guessing that's where the sensual sadism comes from then, huh?
Exactly. So like, I'm not just a complete just sadist. Like I'm not just completely, utterly, solely a sadistic. There is some sensuality to me. There is some intimacy to what it is I do. There is some eroticism to what it is that I do. Like I like to be able to provide all of that. Hell yeah, there are scenes that are just solely sadistic. There are scenes where I'm just solely inflicting more pain than anything, or inflicting more pressure, if you will, on them than anything. So, like, I learned through my own experiences that that's what I like. I enjoy. I was tired of trying to pretend when I was young, trying like establishing myself as a dom and knowing that I have this dominance, but like knowing what levels and boundaries there are for me when I'm actually interacting with humans. So like, for example, I would spank someone and then like rub them. That's cool. But then I'm like, are you okay? You're good. Cool.
Aww.
Like, but then I'm going in again. But then I was tired of asking, like, are you okay? Are you good? Like, I'm doing my check-ins, what we're supposed to do. But it was so often that they're like, I need you to be more aggressive. Like, can you just the next time, our next scene, can you just throw me all over the place and don't say anything? Because I was so much into like, woo, 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 Band-Aid. Like, are you good? But it was because like, I think a lot of it a lot of trauma of being a person of color plays a role in that. And knowing that you're inflicting pain on someone, and there has always been consequences to that for people of color. You know what I'm saying? Specifically Black people. So like when we're talking about like, if I'm hitting someone and I'm smacking them, I need to make sure that they're good before they leave. And they're like, she hit me. I changed my mind. You know, like whatever the case. So I'm like, are you good? We're good. Now it's to a point to where like I lay all of that stuff out. That's why we always go through our protocols of negotiation and vetting and discussing our consent and our boundaries and stuff. Because I need to let you know, like, I'm just going to do me. I'm not going to check, like, I'm going to check in, but I'm not going to be, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? It's more so like, you should already know that this is what I'm going to be doing. Now you know what to expect. I'm going to give you levels of what it is that I do and where I can go with that. You know, if you don't want to be extremely heavily spanked, we're going to talk about that. So like, what do you like? Let me know. Let me spank you a little bit so you can tell me no, yes, maybe, whatever. I need to know those things. So then I don't have to do too much of the, are you good? You sure that I didn't hit you that hard? Like,
because that shit is exhausting. Ugh.
Oh, like I wanted to just enjoy myself. Like, but you get used to it, especially when you have like, you know, submissives that you actually own. Like you have your play partners and your fetishes that you play with and you're establishing, relationships with and boundaries with. But then those are those people that you've actually like own. And I actually own subs. So there's like a couple of my subs that like have been in my life for over 5 years that I know their levels, but I still have to check in. But I still like, I know their levels. I know where I can go, where I can't go, how far, how in depth. So like we can play, we can have fun. I can bust into their house and well on their ass all I want. And I know where I can, like when I'm supposed to stop, you know? So.
That's hot. That's hot. So that's where the sensual part of sensual sadism comes in, right? It's just like this genuine like care of like, you want to hurt them, but like, not like fucking damage them to the ER type of
exactly. there are some sadists and masochists who enjoy that type of dynamic. I don't want to be sitting at the ER with you and you're smiling at me like I enjoyed this. I don't, unless we just had like a fucking accident, that's cool. But like, I know I have Dame friends that have told me stories about stuff like that, have actually hurt someone, but they enjoy it. That's what they wanted. They signed up for it, but like they're enjoying it. They're all smiling and laughing about this shit after they're putting bandages on. I'm good. I don't want that. That's not me. And that's just that's my personal, like,
That's
way
your
I
flavor.
like. Yes, that's my flavor. That's the way I like to kink. So,
Same here. Like, yeah, I understand, like, I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum, but it still does kind of make my brain go, huh? When somebody likes to get the physical damage. Because I once had a client back when I was escorting who asked me for blood play. And my head just went, Like when a dog tilts their head when they hear something confusing. It's just like, help me put together why it is that you want to be hurt so badly. Did daddy leave you? Huh?
So
Did your alcoholic mom leave?
you can't ask that because those are probably one of the reasons why. Like, unless there actually probably could be those reasons. Like, people utilize BDSM to be able to help cope with those types of situations and navigate through traumas and finding healing properties within this lifestyle has been like fucking amazing for me. So like knowing, that's why I said, like, that's why I'm saying it's trauma induced that I have to check in like that so much. Whereas you're saying like yucking someone's yum, you don't want to yucking someone's yum, but that could be yucking someone's yum. Me going, oh, you okay? You okay? And he's like, oh, can you just like hit me? Like, I don't need you to ask me if I'm okay, and that can throw off a dynamic. Like, you want to be able to, that's why it's important. That's why it's important to negotiate and like actually have that dialogue. And before you guys play, cause you don't know. So I want to make sure that if someone usually is in blood play, I've met people who are into blood play because they channel vampirism, or people who are into blood play because they have low iron themselves and like they actually like to induce blood. There are people who are into blood play because they like to use it artistically, like draw with it, be artistic with blood. I am a person who has a menstrual cycle, so I'm not into blood play on that level of with my play partners, like my submissives, if you will. But like, I am also queer. So like, I have a partner that has a vagina and we have dabbled in that. So like, it just really depends on like the levels of what you're talking about versus like what it is that they want to do. Like, I mean, what they're like, where that comes from, like the foundation of like where that comes from. People can just want to explore things, but there is like, sometimes there is a backstory most times there's a backstory to why they want to participate in that. They may not even know why. They may not even know. There are people that are into feet and they're like, I don't know why I'm into feet. I just fucking love them. But it could have been because like they used to watch their mom try on shoes and shit at the store all the time. They don't know. But you have to that's the reason why BDSM is fun, because you're learning that process of yourself, of your identity, of who you are through this fucking lifestyle, through meeting people who are into the same things you're into.
I don't know where my brain is going right now, but like, I just pictured a vampire using a tampon as a tea bag to make Sunday afternoon tea. I don't know why I picture that. Maybe because it's like, maybe because we're recording this during spooky season. But like, I don't know why my brain went there when you're talking about blood play like that. You said vampire, so
I can see that like animated on a t-shirt.
Just add a little bit of agave with your tampon tea.
I literally just got an email recently. I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago. Somebody just asked me, do I like sell used products? And I was like, yeah. But they're like, do you sell used tampons? I don't even use tampons, but like, I was like,
it, eh?
Well, I use my Diva cup. I use a cup. Yeah. But free balling too sometimes.
Let it go, let it flow.
Exactly. But yeah, I've never been asked that specific. I've always been asked for like used toys, used like articles of clothing, but never like used like sanitary items. Like,
Hey,
I
you
mean,
know what? That shit
to
can be
each his
lucrative.
own. It doesn't like you gotta like you can't kink shame people. You just know your own kinks and you stay within your own lane. You know, if you want to expound and explore, that is up to you and your discretion, but you can't judge when you're doing that. That's what I always
Mm-hmm.
tell people. You can't just
Mm-hmm.
go into a different space because you're so used to how you've been kinking that you see other people kinking a certain way and you go over there and you're like, what are y'all doing? This is disgusting. What are y'all? You can't do that because somebody can say the same thing about yours, even if you just think I like feet or like I like lips. That's a kink, that's a fetish, but people can think you're weird by staring at their mouth, you know? So
I once had a guy slide in my DMs, ask for a picture of my tonsils. Literally my tonsils. I'm like, I don't even know if I have a camera that can like go down that far.
That's a definite fetish. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I just got turned.
One of my actually, you know what? One of my kinks that I have yet to pursue is to get fucked in a graveyard. And people like they like their eyes, they're like, huh? That's a little weird, Tim. I'm like, it's the only thing I haven't done yet. I think it's because I have this thing with like the supernatural and like the afterlife that I just want to get over it. And like, I just want to get doggy style railed to death inside a tomb or something, you know, just so I can like get it over with.
Ooh, it depends on who I'm. I would have to be on somebody's tomb specific that I know like aligns with what it is I'm trying to do, like a late sex worker or someone that was in the industry, someone that had high sex drive or something.
You
or
know,
like,
for me, it would have to be specifically. It has to be specifically above the grave of my dead ex-boyfriend. Is that a little fucked up?
Oh, I'm not gonna judge. You said my dead ex-boyfriend. Depends on why he's your ex. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well, that's a story for another time. But yes, that's literally like my fantasy, to get railed to death until like my eyes roll to the back of my head while I'm getting fucked right above the grave of my dead ex-boyfriend. That's if his grave is still there. I don't know if anyone's been paid for it.
Are you being fucked by like your husband?
I would love that. Or his one of his former lovers. That'd be great. I fucked everyone in the entire greater Toronto area, so whatever.
That's me. I don't know why I have a fetish for like fucking other people's like partners. If I know that you don't like your partner, you can't tell me that. And I don't know. It's weird. I don't do it anymore. I'm older now, and not everybody's like, I'm not attracted to everybody like that. But I don't know. If you was like, he get on my fucking nerves and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting here like, if I didn't know them, if I don't know the person. But I'm older now.
Right, right. Older, wiser. We're still a bunch of sluts, though.
I love it. Because I am.
Girl, you and me both.
Sometimes on my Twitter, I channel it. Like, sometimes I'll like, you know, talk about things that I want to do that may or may not be dominant, you know.
Your Twitter is hot. I think I saw this video of you like shoving this big ass dildo. I think it was like at least, I don't know, the size of a social distancing circle. Like it was massive. Oh my God. I'm like, I can brag about being a hand puppet, that I can be a guest star on Sesame Street and just like Jim Henson shows this entire thing and moves my mouth. But girl, that video, I was like, I got competition. Damn. I got to warm up. That was impressive. Holy shit.
I slang dick. Let me know when you're ready. I slang. Look at you blushing and shit.
Oh, drag me. Oh my God. I'm so out of practice. I haven't been fisted or taken dick that huge in such a long time. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. Oh my god! But that was truly one of the most impressive Twitter porn videos I've ever seen. Anyone listening to this, please go to Madam Carmen's Twitter. I will put it in the show notes. Make sure you tip. Damn. Holy fuck. I'm hot again. I can't. It was impressive. Girl, I am just in awe and in shock.
Well, thank you. I've been doing this for a little minute now, like for a little while now.
Yeah, for a hot minute.
Well,
But a hot minute. So rewinding back just a little bit, because I just want to talk about kink just a little bit more, because I feel that from an outsider's perspective, when people see people like you and me engaging in kinks and scenes, they're not going to know what's kind of like behind the scenes of our brains. So what is it about kink and fetishes and BDSM or whatever that you think is so healing? What is the curative and the healing powers of engaging in that type of sexual or non-sexual play whatsoever?
the judge-free zone, the no kink shaming, the consent. There's no play without consent. There are so many. As freeing as BDSM is, the lifestyle is, there's so many of these have like those like rules that have like been like put it on the foundation of BDSM that helps it stay as free as it is. So if I go into a space and I'm like, hey, can I touch you? It's arousing, first off, because I ask you, hey, can I touch you? Versus just being like, hey, what's good? You sexy, what's good? Like, and violating someone's personal space. And that could be it could be trauma induced. So that's what makes it so healing, because it gives people the right to have a voice, to actually speak on what it is that they're receiving and what it is that their autonomy needs and wants and desires.
Control.
Literally, you can have control over it. There are submissives that literally DM me with a story of what they want their scene to look like. It's like a 10-page like essay,
footnotes, works cited list.
I would love for you with pictures, with references. Like, I would love for you to wear what you had on in this picture, like on OnlyFans. Like, and I love how you pose like this. So it was pictures of me like posing in certain ways with my pussy out and my dick out or whatever. And they're like, ooh, make sure your feet are like this. Or, they're very specific how they want their scenes to go. Like, it's even with role play scenes, especially with role play scenes. There are so many, I call them gents or johns that like are submissives or bottoms, that actually like want to reenact scenes that they've actually probably seen on porn, that they've actually lived out when they were in their youth, and they want to feel more empowered by that. So channeling, having a teacher pop you on your hand and like feeling like weak in that moment. You being, maybe a 14-year-old boy feeling like reeking of puberty, and like she's like bent over with her breast out, like popping your hand, and now you're older. Like, I don't care if she's old, I would have bent her over and fucked her. Now they want to live that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Or she could have bent me over and fucked me. Like, however they wanted to live that out, they can live that shit out now. Like, they literally can like say, hey, you look just like my old teacher. I would love, you are dom too. Like, this is great. Like, can we like consensually and like learning each other's boundaries? I can tell them, no, I will not wear yellow, or no, I don't wear bras, or no, you cannot touch my vagina, or I don't do that. Like, or what can I do to you? Or what, we have to start negotiating the whole scene. And if you actually properly do all of these procedures and these protocols, and you actually implement everything, you can live out the fucking scenes of your life, your dreams, and fucking that shit is like something that you'll never forget. It'd be fucking unforgettable. Like,
it's liberating.
That's my life. I live that. Literally, somebody like, there are scenes that I am in. Someone asked me, can I come over and spank? Can I come over and get some spanks? Like, that's like that's the part of it. But then when we get here, I'm like, so what do you want me to use? I got all this stuff. What do you want? Go pick out what you want. You pick it out. You want me to spank you? I'm topping. I'm Dom. I'm going to be in control of the situation, but I need you to be in control of what it is that I'm doing to you, so you can be aware and you can have you can play role in this too. So if you're like, I want you to hit me with this flogger and with this crop, I don't want to be touched by any of these other things. Cool. So if I touch you with any of these other things, I done fucked up. Even if I add one little thing and it looks like the crop that I was using, if you didn't bring that to me, or you didn't say this is what I want to use on my body, want you to use on my body, then I won't use it. So you shouldn't be using it. But like, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It truly is. Like, can I hire you to slap me with a slipper, just like how my mom used to punish me when I was a little kid? Oh my God.
That's the exchange for me. It's like, it's so erotic. That turns me on when people do that. When you just ask something like that, like, I'm like, oh, I melt, because I love that.
Call me a bad boy. Tell me that I'm getting these slaps because I failed at math or something. Like, I didn't submit my algebra homework.
See?
And just like remind me of the punishment that my Filipino Catholic mom gave me when I was a kid, just so I can feel something again.
You gotta feel it. You're gonna feel it. You saying that, but if I do that and then you turn around and you be like, Mom, I'm so sorry. Oh fuck. Like, you're gonna literally, that's some real shit. That's what I mean when I say you got to be careful. If you know, don't play with that fire unless you're ready to get burned a little bit. You want to test the waters, but that shit has happened to people before, where you really want to get into a scene and you want to channel something. You're like, hell yeah, I want to get over this. My daddy used to slap me in my face, so I want you to slap me around. As soon as I slap you in your face, and I'm like, all right, call me daddy, bitch. And I'm slapping you around, and you close your eyes, and then you're like, I'm so sorry. You start crying. Like, we have to cut scene, because now I have to figure out what's going on. Or you can say, keep slapping me. I'm okay. You got to give me some type of consent, even if you are crying. If that's a release for you, you got to say something, because I'm going to check in and be like, hey,
you good?
You called him. And sometimes that can be triggering to the top. Like, I don't want to, some doms don't want to, or some tops don't want to be like inflicting pain on someone that's already like this, Nobody.
Top rights. Come on. Tops got feelings too. Come on.
Tops have feelings too. We have emotions. We don't just like hitting on people.
We got emotions too,
We do. I still enjoy like spanking on some asses and welling on some asses and scripping on some thighs, gripping on some faces. I still enjoy all of that. So
the fantasy. Oh my God, you truly are just living people's fantasies. But speaking of fantasies, let's talk kink Nick. First of all, I love a palindrome. Oh my God, kink Nick. Tell our audience right now, what is kink Nick?
Kink Nick is a movement. It's beyond me now. It's bigger than me now, but it was an idea. It's way above me. But it was an ideal that I had for an event, and I wanted to have recurring kink events and spaces, holding spaces for people who are like me, queer, people of color, people who are either kinky curious or who actually have been established within this lifestyle. I wanted to have space for that. We don't have a space for that. A lot of these spaces were more so like dominated more so by non-POC. So we couldn't align with, like I said, those traumas. If they're like, oh yeah, put me on this cross and beat me, we're over here like, what do you mean?
They're really gentrifying porn out here? Come on.
You're gentrified. What are you saying? But like overall, like it became something way, like I said, way beyond me and deeper. And now we have like an extended little baby called Kink Nick Media that like is manifesting into something amazing as well. But yeah, Kink Nick holds space for education, holds space for demonstration, holds space for play spaces for people to be able to engage. So
I love that. So what are some of the things that we can see on Kink Nick Media that we can't normally see anywhere else?
Kinky porn, people with vaginas eating booties. That's not
Oh,
often.
I love a good booty eating. Oh my god, just really eat my ass after I have not wiped, please.
You
I
sound
love
like
that.
me.
Oh, so
You are
hot.
like your tongue is the tissue.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is my
not gonna
that's
waste
that's
money
a
on fucking like tissue paper when I got your perfectly
tongue.
well lubed tongue. It's right there
I'm
and it's
definitely
free.
I'm definitely adding that to the Kink Nick merch. Your tongue is the tissue.
Woo! Keep all
I'm
the
definitely.
royalties. It's all yours. Take it. Oh my god. I see you typing it right now. Your tongue is a tissue.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Your tongue is the
Definitely.
tissue. Your face is the chair. Your what is it? Your butthole is my bracelet. Something like that.
Yours. Oh, I was about to say something. Your stinker is my winker.
Your stinker is my winker, and I'm gonna get myself an eye pink or I don't know. That's a. That's, oh no!
Stinker make my eye pinker.
Oh my god! The amount of pink I have had from some guy accidentally farting in my face while I was rimming him. Come on, you couldn't hold it in, or at least give me a heads up. Yeah,
You
it
gotta
was.
make sure that
Yeah,
you
you gotta
gotta
stretch. You gotta real stretch
right.
it. Uh, like I felt like that scene in Indiana Jones where like they open the Ark of the Covenant and like the face just burns off. Yeah, felt like that. I was just like, ugh, come on. What is that? Sushi and shepherd's pie? Ugh.
There's a show that I've watched. I guess I finished it. I think it's only like maybe one season, and it's on HBO Max. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's about this porn star, and she ended up getting like chlamydia in her eye because of her lash, because somebody came in her eye, and she kept putting the same lash on. Like literally, and then took the lash off, and her daughter ended up fucking putting them on. Her daughter ended up getting fucking chlamydia in the eye too. Like, and she kept
I
telling her daughter, "You may need to stop fucking wearing my lashes, bro. You know what I do for a living." Like her daughter's like, "You fuck you, I'm gonna wear your lashes." And then her daughter's eye ended up being like a whole pink ass donut. It looked like a whole like gaped asshole on her eye. Like it was horrible.
oh my god. Is that really like what we can see on Kink Nick though?
That shit was like
Oh.
I watched.
Oh my god. Wasn't there like a celebrity that said that he got throat cancer from eating his wife's like dirty pussy? Was it Michael Douglas that said that? I don't know. Something like that.
You
It
can
was
get
probably I don't know. He was probably being stupid.
what?
Like really? Really?
Because the
I know.
pussy is self cleaning, so I'm
Exactly.
confused.
Yeah, so
Is
I
your mouth self cleaning? No.
mm-mm.
So who gave what? Who what?
Mhm. See,
That's what
it's
I'm trying to figure
it's
out.
those old white
Did
men
you
that
make
never know
her pussy
anything.
dirty with your inflamed mouth, infected mouth?
Oh, oh,
Blamed her?
mm, mm. No, no. It's always the white guy. It's always the old white guy. Ugh, gross. Nasty. But enough about that. I just want to cover Kink Nick a little bit more. What is some of the content that we can see beyond like I don't know, kink, because kink is in the name, right? Like
Right.
what are some of the special premium style things that people can expect from Kink Nick?
Um, ethical porn.
Important.
Yes, the fact that like the people that you're seeing on there actually hold relationships outside of the camera. Like we actually break bread together. We actually eat dinner together. We actually hang out and do outings and do things together. So creating these spaces and people that we're like, you know, hanging out with. Just one here right now. But like,
Ooh,
you know, just
hi.
hey.
I'm
But
dead.
like, you know, being able to be in a space to where someone comes over and says like, hey, madam, can you spank my booty? I need my butt spanked. Like I need that right now. And then like go get a smoothie bowl afterwards. being
I
able to
love that.
create space and like, exactly, versus just being like, they come over and I'm like, and then they just go about their fucking business and I don't even know who the fuck they are, their real name. They just call themselves Jolene. I don't fucking know, like there's a difference in like how we conduct ourselves and how we handle ourselves. Um,
That's
it
kind of
just
hot because like having this backstory from the performers, knowing that you guys are tight out like behind the camera,
Mhm.
that like makes me a little like emotionally erect. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
it's so it's so sweet because
You can see
um,
the story. There's a storyline within us.
yeah, because you know what? Before, when I was just like a teenager, just rubbing my dick on anything with a pulse, I would just like, I don't even care. But as I've gotten older and wiser, and my asshole has perfected the Kegel gorilla grip, I appreciate this whole, um, I guess, this intimate part of porn. I like porn with a message. I like porn with some sort of story, some sort of realism to it. Not so
Hmm.
much like the dressed up lights, camera, action, makeup kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed that. And with that being said, do you or does Kink Nick have a a goal, a mission statement for how porn should be or what the future of adult entertainment should look like?
Yeah, I think that mission statement would state, if Kinknick had a voice, or Kinknick Media had a voice, it would state that porn doesn't have to be what other people feel like it's supposed to be. It could be what it is that you feel like you want to be able to present to porn. What is it that you want to contribute and attribute to this industry? That's what we need. That's what we want. We want more of that. We want to see people actually living out their scenes, whether it's a scene of you playing with your ass and learning how to stretch your asshole, like, and actually going through that training process. That is a form of porn. People want to see that shit, and actually have that, and actually being able to have that type of relatability, or that just being able to establish that relationship with someone. Back in the day when I used to watch porn, I used to gravitate towards certain particular porn stars because I saw their growth. Now it would have been amazing to have seen them on Instagram and like Twitter and stuff, seeing them grow too as well. But of course, back in the day, we didn't have all of those outlets. So now we're in a day and age where we actually can incorporate all of those within our porn industry and our lifestyle. And you can see not just us fucking and, being sexual, but you can also see us in a light of, like I said, just being humans, humanizing ourselves and being in this vanilla state of just enjoying life. And what leads us to that. So like, even if it is a scene that we've that is scripted, there is realities to that scene. There is relatability to that scene. And then there's, like I said, we perform with ethics. So knowing that everybody's there within their rights and like within like their own autonomy, and seeing that on screen, acted out on screen, and you can definitely see that
Oh,
everybody's it.
so hot. Nothing is sexier than life because life fucks us all over. Um,
Yes, and more
mm,
black, more queer,
thank you. Give
more
us
black,
that
more queer.
melanin. Give us that caramel. Ugh. I just
Yes.
love the way like colorful clothes look on melanated skin. It's just so much prettier. Doesn't wash us out. It highlights us. Like this is why I got my red hair, my blue tank top. Oh, I'm feeling all of the skin and these
I love
curves.
I
Oh my
love that.
god. But you know what I love more than these curves and the skin? I love you, Madam Carmen. You are such a beautiful soul. You are so fucking amazing. I can't get enough of you. The listeners can't get enough of you either. So please make like a butt and plug away anything you want our audience to find.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I thank you for having me. I know that we supposed to have did this like a couple of weeks ago, but I thank you, and I'm actually happy to have been here, and have shared this space with you and your co-host back there, Dickie. or Dick. I'm sorry, not Dickies. We haven't had the Dickies yet.
Dickies for the little ones that he's going to make later.
Yeah. But you can definitely find me on all platforms at Madam Carmen 2, or you can go to madamcarmen2.com and you can book me, you can email me, you can find all of the platforms that we actually host all of our content on, including my Instagrams and Twitters. There's a lot of them, including Kink Nick and Kink Nick Medias too as well. So madamcarmen2.com.
I love that. And I will put that all in the show notes. And once again, thank you, Madam Carmen, for joining me here on Sex Ed with Tim. And to all the listeners that have made it this far into this beautiful conversation, please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcast. And with that, I'm going to say good night. And thank you so much for listening. And I will see you at the next one. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. Sex Ed with Tim is created and produced by me, Tim Lagman. Music is Aces High by Kevin MacLeod. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GaySlutClown and at Sex Ed with Tim. You can also like and follow me on the Sex Ed with Tim Facebook page. If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Even better, you can also support the show on Patreon, where you can get early access to ad-free episodes and more. Thanks for all your support, you dirty little slut. Mwah.